Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. So that was People Get Ready. I thought I'd do a lesson today on harmonics. I had a question, someone asked about this yesterday, so I thought, well, why not? Two ways I primarily use harmonics, just the natural ones that occur on the guitar, 12th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret. Right? And harder to get, but those are the natural ones. And the thing with harmonics that's different that a lot of people get confused about is, like, normally you play in the middle of the fret, like here, right? But with a harmonic, you actually want to play here, like where the fret marker is, not in the middle. If you play kind of more in the middle or to the left-hand side of it, it doesn't really ring. So you play more over the fret marker, and as the note, you strike the note, you lift your finger away, right, to let it ring. Right. You also have them here. There are some here as well. And they're harder to get. With a whole lot of gain, some of those will jump out, but in ordinary playing, they're kind of harder, often harder to get. So, but those are the natural ones, right? And there's two that I use a lot, like this one here, which is the 7th fret. If I go A, D, and F sharp, it's essentially like a D chord. And there's another one that I use a lot too, which is like a G chord. Right, which is the D, G, B. Use those lots. Right, so those are the natural ones. But of course, if you take the principle that we have, like the 12th fret, there's a harmonic there that's 12 frets away from the intended note. So an E note, you get an E harmonic, right? So if I take that principle and I go to the 3rd fret, and then I work my way 12 frets up, if I hold my pick between those two fingers and I use my first finger, and I just lightly press it over the, what fret is that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 15th fret, and I'm actually striking a harmonic. So my pick is hitting the note and that finger is holding it. So it's a little bit awkward, but you get used to it. Now, if I take a chord like a G chord, like that, if I picture that up here, up an octave, and I can do the chord shape. Hopefully better than what I just played. But let's take something simpler, like these three notes of a G chord. So I have a B, a D, and a G. And I go. Of course, there'll be some where the 7th fret would have been, so 7 frets away. So from here we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll be at the 10th fret. And then, of course, the octave, which would have been 5 frets away. Those are much harder to get. For now, I just say focus on getting the ones that are 12 frets away. And you can play melodies. It's pretty cool, and so I use that a fair bit. With these, I like to often have a bit of delay and a bit of chorus, and it just makes them ring out a little more. Sometimes a little bit of overdrive helps, or a lot of overdrive. If you have like a really drive gained up sound, you can get a lot more of these, and a volume pedal helps too, because sometimes I'll swell them in. Maybe I'll hit that chord and I'll go. I'll turn this mic off so you can hear. So you can see that's quite useful to have like a volume pedal just to be able to swell those harmonics in. So that People Get Ready melody was just... Right, so that's F sharp, G, F sharp, D, and A notes. And then the next bit goes D, E, F sharp. So I went... So I hit the E note at the 12th fret, so D. And you can actually go through a whole melody like that. Through a scale, I should say. So that's the F sharp, G, we would an A, B. And there's no C sharp. Mostly see a D major scale, essentially. So you can create melodies out of these. Anyway, I hope that's been useful. That's kind of how I approach harmonics. There's way more to it. Of course, you can have those cascading harmonics. If you want to see a really good video, check out Eric Johnson doing those from his old, I think it was Hot Licks back in the day. That video is super useful in terms of how to do those cascading ones, which is a series of harmonics. But I won't get into that today. But anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. So that's just a brief on harmonics. Remember to subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers.